Hi everyone, it's Meredith with Soul Navigation. I hope you are wonderful. Today we're going to talk about the 17 most powerful days of 2021. You don't want to miss this video. You need to mark your calendar. I'm going to tell you what signs these days most affect and what these days are going to bring in. I'm also going to go deep into the Saturn square Uranus transit that's going to dance with us, toy with us, and play with us all through 2021. So you don't want to miss this. I also want to say thank you for being a subscriber and thank you for wanting to learn and grow with me on my channel here at Soul Navigation. You can learn so much more about me and book a reading with me or one of my incredible team members at soulnavigation.com. My name is Meredith. I'm an evolutionary astrologer and I've been practicing astrology for over 20 years. And I am so honored to say that I have over 10,000 clients in 17 countries. So thank you for being here. I love the diversity that my channel attracts. And to you, wherever you are in the world, I am filled with gratitude for you. So here I am live in my studio office in Seattle, Washington, welcoming you. So get out your piece of paper. I want you to also have your chart. By the way, if you order a chart from me on my shop tab on my website, soulnavigation.com, you get a little cheat sheet right here. And you get help reading your chart so you don't have to understand the circle. You can actually just follow along all my videos with reading the boxes. So I really love my beautiful charts because I make them super simple to read. So go buy yourself a chart. Anyways, I'm going to give you the 17 top firecracker days. Okay, you ready? February 17th kicks it off. I know it already happened. But that was a big day and that is ushering in massive change. Write these days down and then we're going to go back and we're going to talk about them. So you're not going to want to miss this. April 27th, May 23rd, May 26th, May 29th and 30th, June 14th, June 16th, July 2nd, put a circle around that one, June 21st, August 19th, September 27th, November 3rd, November 14th, November 19th, December 4th, December 19th, and December 24th. Let's talk about it. So, and I've got my other computer right here where I'm loading my charts. You can't see it. But I've got this right here, so I'm working with two computers. So if I'm looking down, that's what I'm doing. I'm organizing the chart and I'm just reading the transits kind of on the fly for you. So let's look at this. On February 17th, we had that Saturn in Aquarius at 7 degrees in an exact square to Uranus in Taurus at 7 degrees. Now, let me tell you something that's really interesting. So Saturn is the most conservative planet. It's the planet of restrictions. And Uranus is the planet that is the most rebellious. And it is the planet that doesn't want any restrictions. So it's the most rebellious planet. Now, what's interesting is Saturn is in Aquarius, the most rebellious sign, and Uranus, the rebellious planet, is in maybe the most solid sign. And that is, or one of the more conservative signs, that is Taurus. So this is a bunch of contradictory energy. This is like really wonky. It's like inside out and outside in, and then you put it together. And what does it mean? Well, it's a firecracker and it's like a stick of dynamite and it's an implosion and an explosion. And we're going to go deep into it now. First, I want to say to you that, Saturn is really interesting because it is where in your chart are you being restricted or self-sabotaging or holding yourself back? That's what I want to ask you. So where are you holding yourself back and where do you need a breakthrough? Because this square is going to happen 3 times direct bullseye. Now it's going to dance and toy and play with us for the whole entire year. And you're going to see the ebb and flow of this like radical shift that wants to happen, that wants to have a breakthrough, that wants to break through old archaic systems and structures that oppress us, hold us back, or a belief system that no longer really serves us in. And this is where the world is begging us personally and collectively to innovate and be different and be really in our uniqueness, to have a breakthrough. But this is happening on February 17th exact. And you're going to feel it. You're going to feel it massively 10 days before and 10 days after, but you will feel it through the entire year. It's just that the energy might become still, and then it peaks, and then it becomes kind of still, and it peaks, and then it becomes still, and then it peaks. And so it's got these three massive peaks, and these peaks last for not these 20 days. And just think of those peaks as like, it's like the crescendo. And that's going to be February 17th, June 14th, and then Christmas Eve, December 24th. Circle those days. I really don't want you to get married or buy your house or buy a new car or do some sort of bungee jumping adventure or some radical crazy ass thing. I want you to be kind of conservative and calm and steady on those days. I really wouldn't want you to pick a day to have a surgery necessarily. And if you do, if you have to, I want you to make sure that you're in really good hands. And I want to make sure that you are in a very calm place. And I want to make sure that you've got a whole system to take care of yourself. It's just those are days that are firecracker days. They're not days that bring a lot of calm. They're not peaceful, harmonious days. February 17th, June 14th, and December 24th. Now, what does this aspect bring in? And I've got my computer here, so I'm looking at it too while I talk to you with the charts. So this is really interesting. On February 17th, I want you to go back in hindsight and see what breakthrough were you having? What thing was leaving your life? Because that thing was probably holding you back. What thing were you trying to change? What shift was happening for you? Because that could set the theme of the whole rest of the year. Now, you could have numerous breakthroughs, and you could have numerous shifts, and you could have numerous changes that want to come in. But oftentimes it follows a theme. And wherever this is taking place in your chart, wherever you have Taurus and wherever you have Aquarius energy in your chart, this is the place in your chart where you are being asked to innovate yourself. So I want you to think about that. This is what's really interesting. So Aquarius is the most rebellious, the most freedom-seeking sign of the zodiac, and it's in the planet, or the planet Saturn, I should say, is in the constellation of Aquarius. And Saturn is the most restrictive rules and regulations and obedient planet. And I hope so much that you got to see my whole Saturn series. After this video, please go watch my Saturn series, because in that Saturn series, I think there's 3 videos for the public, and it tells you your karmic contract. It shows me where your karmic wound is. It shows me where you need to heal your soul and what wounds you will be working on, what lessons your soul wants to master in this lifetime. So we are talking about that planet, that karmic planet that kind of holds us back, kind of creates a self-imposed rules and regulations that we need to be obedient to, and kind of it's the planet that wants to make ourselves successful in the concrete world. But it is very restrictive. It is oppressive. It suppresses us, and it holds us back oftentimes. Now, what's funny is Saturn, that conservative planet, is in the most rebellious of signs. So it's like this fish out of water. It's like this crazy little dance. And it's massively contradictory. Now let's go look at Uranus, which is that radical, breakthrough, rebellious, lightning bolt, electric planet. And it's in the other most conservative sign, Taurus. That likes rules and regulations, that likes to follow the rules, that doesn't like change, that's very fixed, it's very slow moving, and it's kind of held in. And it moves at a very slow pace. But Uranus is lightning. You try to put lightning in a bottle, And that is what Uranus and Taurus feels like. Taurus being the bottle, the container, and Uranus being the lightning bolt. So that is also contradictory. So we've got one that's inside out and another that's outside in. And then they're in negative, angry aspect to one another. Why? And what do squares create? Massive, radical, giant shape shifting change. This is creating the true age of Aquarius. So wherever you have Taurus and Aquarius in your chart is where you're being asked to create massive breakthroughs. And you will have a massive breakthrough in your life personally, and you will see massive radical change in the year 2021. You are being asked to innovate your life and let go of the part of you that you are sabotaging your own self, where you are holding yourself back, where you have locked yourself up, where you have let yourself not be free. So this is a time where on February 17th, it's exact. And also, I want to say this is happening again through the whole year, but it hits a crescendo or a peak on February 17th, on June 14th, and on December 24th. So wherever you have 7 degrees Aquarius and 7 degrees Taurus, that is the theme song that that is playing in your life. So for example, let me just show you this. If you are born around 7 degrees of any sign, this massive radical change, I want you to think of this electrical fireworks, this firecracker change that is wanting to break through the concrete walls, right? You are being so highly affected if you have anything sitting at the 7th degree in any sign. And I want to also say that basically, the degrees prior to it and the degrees after. So if you have any planets sitting between 1 degree and 14 degrees, Aquarius, Taurus, Leo, or Scorpio, between 1 degree and 14 degrees, leave a comment below, because this is so dramatically affecting you. If you have any planet between 1 degrees and 14 degrees, any sign, it is also talking to you, and it is dancing with you. And it is playing with that part of you. So if you have your sun at Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, or Scorpio between 1 and 14 degrees, leave me a comment below and tell me what you've been going through. This started back in 2020, but it crescendos all through 2021, and it ends in the very early months of 2022. If you were born between January 26th and February 5th, July 26th and August 5th, April 26th and May 5th, or October 26th and November 5th, this is bullseye on your soul. This is asking you to step into the crazier, wild, more innovative parts of you. This is asking you to break free, right? And this is asking you to create a new you. You are being rebirthed right now. You are being asked to step out of the 3rd dimension and into the 5th dimension, where the intangibles live: hope, love, faith, beauty, harmony, belief, develop and adapt to a new philosophy. This is where you are asked to be authentically you, the zany, the creative, the innovative, the radical, the wild, the part of you that is the beast inside that wants to create the revolution. What are you going to stand up for, right? Where are you going to help heal yourself, your life, your world? What part of your life is going to be like the Martian land rover Perseverance that had to break through the Martian atmosphere for with 7 minutes of sheer terror to make a breakthrough, breaking through that concrete wall, that atmosphere, right, in order to land and find a new life? What are you birthing? So if you are a fixed sign, Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, or Aquarius, there's something so massive inside of you that wants to be revealed. There's new insight, there's new truth, there's a new revelation, there's new ideas, there's new fancier versions of yourself that want to upgrade. There's enlightenment to be found. So this is going to affect humanity on a global level, where the people, Uranus, will rise up and will be heard. They will not be shut down. You will see government, business, food reformation, government and political reform, business reform, financial reform, the Reddit, GameStop, Robinhood scenario where the little guy takes over the giant hedge funds, the giant investment portfolio Wall Streeters, right? The people will not be oppressed and suppressed. The people will rise up. The people will be heard collectively. But if this is happening on your soul, if you are an Aquarius or a Taurus or a Scorpio or a Leo between 1 degree and 14 degrees, the dates that I gave you, if you were born between those dates that I just said, this is such a radical shift. Your life is shifting radically, and you will probably lose the old outdated systems and structures that really hold you back. So where is it that you haven't been taking a risk? Where is it that you want to break through? Where is it in your life that you want to take off the shackles and get out of your solitary confinement? Whatever planets you have between 0 degrees and 14 degrees, this radical square that's toying with you and playing with you and messing with you in 2021 is in direct contact with that planet. So if you have your moon between 0 degrees and 14 degrees, I don't care what sign it's in. It doesn't matter what sign it's in. This is playing with you. And this is asking you to have a radical shift with your emotions, with your heart, with the way that you love. If your Venus is between 0 and 14 degrees, leave a comment below and let me know, because you're going to have a radical financial shift. You're probably going to lose something. Maybe you're going to lose the way that you earn money in order to innovate and make money in a new, innovative way. You're going to have a self-esteem shift if this is touching your Venus. If your Venus sits between 0 and 14 degrees, any sign, doesn't matter. But if it is a fixed sign, it's massive. It is the firecracker boom. Are you guys with me? Are you following me? Leave me a comment below. If this is, if you have your Mars between 0 degrees and 14 degrees, don't care what sign, but if it is in a fixed sign, Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, this is asking you to change your energy, change your life force energy. This is asking you to really take a look at your sexuality. This is asking you, what do you want to fight for? What do you not want to shut up about? What do you want to take on for not only humanity, helping the world be better, but for your own self? What do you want to fight for? If this is sitting on your rising sign, your whole physicality may change. You might need to innovate your looks or your approach of how you're received in the world and how you show up in the world. You might need to level up. You might need to reinvent, rebirth yourself. You might need to lose Saturn something, maybe pounds, maybe high cholesterol, in order to gain something better. You might need to lose your physical material attachments to step into the 5th dimension, more innovative approach to life. So now you realize, wow, my life is not about beauty. It is about the soul. That's if it's your rising sign. If your Mercury is between 0 and 15, this is a mental change, mental innovation, a communication, a shift in the way that you speak, talk, listen, or learn. So where does this fall in your chart? Where do you have 0 degrees to 15 or 14 degrees? And if you have it in the fixed signs, this is boots on the ground. This is a bomb. This is an explosive, radical shift in your life. This shift is going to create new insights. This shift is going to create the higher octave, the higher version of you. You're leveling up. This is where you're asked to let go of shame and the should'ves and the could'ves and the would'ves, the regrets, and really look at how you have limited yourself and where do you want to break out into your zany, wacky, risk-taking greatness. I will tell you, because it's Saturn and Uranus, you have to work hard for this shift. You have to work hard for this change. You have to be dedicated and devoted in order to create this new, better thing that you want, but you're being asked to be more authentically you and not to be shamed into being who you think your pod or your soul group or your family or your tribe is asking you to be, but to break out of that and to step into the unique flavor, the unique, more innovative version of you, which is going to be quirky. Now, society is going to see massive radical shifts in 2021. We're never going back. We've really stepped into the age of Aquarius, and you're going to see massive, massive changes. Again, I'll say it again, in politics, in humanity, people will not be shut down. You're going to see businesses, the reform in food, and especially in science and technology. Like we've got now sound and pictures and DNA samples of Mars coming back to us to discover if life existed on Mars. That all is happening under this Uranus Saturn square, and it's massively fascinating. We probably will find alien life this year and in 2022. So there's going to be, we're going to see the abnormal. Like the status quo isn't going to cut it anymore. And we're going to see that life is going to move at a much faster pace. And it's going to have radical shifts in it and massive, massive shifts. So don't be fearful, be excited. And tell me what you want to change. Where do you want to step out of where you have confined yourself? And whatever house this is sitting in, wherever you have Aquarius and Taurus in your chart, let's say you have it in the fifth house, you have Aquarius in the fifth house, and you have Taurus in the eighth house. Well, this is in those. So if you have Taurus in the eighth and Aquarius in the fifth, you have to go look at the meanings of those two houses. And that is the terrain, that is the subject in which this radical shift is happening in your life. So you got to look at the planets, but you got to look at the houses. And if you don't know what the houses mean, please, please, please go watch my video called The Sun Through the Houses, Part 1 and Part 2. And I tell you what each house means. You'll like that video. It will really help you. And then look at where you have what house Aquarius is in and what house Taurus is in. And that's where you're going to have this massive, massive breakthrough. That's where Spirit wants you to have it. So if it is in the fifth house, you could have a massive breakthrough around your own personal creativity. And the eighth house is other people's investment in you, finances. And it is also your sexuality and intimacy. And it is also the occult, so the mysteries of life. So you could become a massive painter of the darker side of life, right? And you could have a breakthrough around that. So you have to connect those two houses to figure it out. Okay, let's keep going. So stick with me. Also, I have to tell you, you guys, if you really, really want to know about your life, go order your yearly forecast report or the starter package, because I go so deep in those reports. I didn't write those reports personally, but I researched the very best authors in the world, and those reports are so amazing. You just go to Soul Navigation, hit the shop tab. You can order your whole entire forecast that's uniquely for you based on your unique chart, or you can get your starter package, which gives you your gorgeous chart. And so it's so easy to read. My charts are so beautiful. And I have little cheat sheets for you. So you don't even have to know how to read the circle. You can just read the little cheat sheets over here. And you get your deep dive report where it's all about you. And some of them are like 35 pages. It depends how many aspects you have, but some are up to 70 pages long. It depends on your own chart, but they're just so good for you if you want to peel the onion, if you want to, unravel the ball of yarn and understand the depth of your soul and your existence. So I can't recommend that enough. It's just so worth it. It's like a book about you. Okay, so April 27th, I want you to mark your calendar because this is the day that Pluto is going to go retrograde. So Pluto is going direct. It stops. That's called stations. And then it goes backwards. And so on that day, it's like a massive implosion. And it is a psychological implosion. And it's at 26 degrees Capricorn. So if you have 26 degrees Capricorn if you have a planet right around 26 degrees Capricorn, this Pluto is going to be on that planet. And that is going to create a deep internal shift, and it is going to be massive in your life. Now, all of us have 26 degrees Capricorn somewhere in our chart. So it is kind of good to know what house is this in, because this is sort of like the dark night of the soul. This is when you really can step into the darker parts of your psyche. And you can also like learn the truth. learn the hardcore, ugly truth about something. This is when there is a deep transformation and a rebirth. And when Pluto stations, it is extraordinarily powerful. It's like when the devil stops moving and it just stares at you in the eyes, deep into the soul. This is the time when you can get to know yourself, or that part of yourself. If you have this in the sixth house, this could be about your health, where you have to get very, very honest and very, very real about your health. If it's in the seventh house, you might have to get honest about your relationship. If it's in the eighth house, you might have to get honest with your sexuality. If it's in the 10th house, you might have to get so honest and real and be willing to transform your career. If it's in the first house, you got to get honest with your body and yourself. If it's on your sun, that's your soul. If it's on your Mercury, that's your mind and the way you communicate. So April 27th is not a day for you to really go out there in the world and launch anything. Just wait a little bit. Wait until, March. March is a really good month to launch anything. But right now I'm kind of talking about the firecracker days, the days that you kind of want to be aware and avoid. You want to wear your helmet and you want to wear your body armor on April 27th. Out there in the world, we could see a lot of death or destruction or sadness. And remember, this is 10 days before and 10 days after. This is a long transit because Pluto Pluto moves so slowly, but you will feel the slowdown of Pluto getting ready to station and go retrograde 10 days before. So around the 17th of April, and then also about 10 days after. So till about March 10th. I like the month of March though. So when it's in retrograde, it's okay. It just is deeper and it's reflective and it's internal rather than external. So I really do like the month of March, but I would avoid April 27th to do anything of real significance or importance. I wouldn't have a surgery. I wouldn't get married. I wouldn't launch a new business. Now, if you have your baby on that day, that's different. That could be so psychologically deep and bonding, but I really think that day is strap on your helmet. Now, May 23rd, let's talk about that. At 13 degrees Aquarius. So if you have 13 degrees Aquarius as your sun sign, or if you have a planet at 13 degrees Aquarius, you're going to feel kind of held back. So you might feel emotionally held back if it's your moon. You might feel financially held back if it's your Venus. You might feel vocally like you can't speak or find your words, or you're not allowed to learn. You're not allowed to take the classes that you wanted to take if it's your Mercury. If it's your Mars, you might feel like your energy is thwarted, or you might even become ill or sick. Or if you have your own Saturn there, then you are having your Saturn retrograde and you might just feel like your whole life is crumbling in order to be rebuilt. And if you haven't seen my Saturn series, please, please, please go watch my whole Saturn series, because this is your karmic lesson. This is the lesson in your life. Saturn shows me where your wound is that you need to overcome, and where in your life your karmic lesson lies, what you need to fix, repair, and heal, what you need to master in order for you to serve out your rightful contract. So when Saturn goes retrograde, we feel like we are being thwarted, blocked, stifled, repressed, oppressed, and suppressed, and you are not going to have it, right? But stay calm, of course. Wherever you have 13 degrees Aquarius, or 10 degrees earlier or 10 degrees after, this is the part that could feel a little bit thwarted or stifling. So this is a time when things are really hard to get off the ground. On May 23rd, I really don't recommend that you initiate a new project or relationship. Just wait until after Saturn stations and moves into retrograde. This also could be a time period where an authority figure leaves your life. A father, a pastor at a church, a guide, a mentor quits on you. This can be when your mom kicks you out of the house and says, go get a job. This could be when you feel alone. You feel like you have to become your own boss, your own authority. This could be, it's usually not a partner leaving you, but it could be an authority, like a father figure leading your life, or creating space or distance. Okay, we have to talk about May 26th. Let me put this in here. I want to show you this. This is a massive, massive day. So on May 26th, we have a lunar eclipse that is so massive. So we have the moon in Sagittarius at 11 degrees, and we have the south node right there. And then we have the sun in Gemini, and we have the north node on the sun in the same exact place as the sun. I want to tell you that this is a really big day, and I cannot stress enough to manifest on this day. This day needs extra love, and this day is massively firecracker powerful, so potent. So this lunar eclipse is on the teacher-student axis, and when we have a lunar eclipse, it means we have a full moon, but the moon and the sun are sitting right next to the nodes. So again, we have the sun and the north node together, and then we have the moon and the south node together. That's what creates an eclipse. Now, I can't stress enough, go to soulnavigation.com, click on the shop tab, and go buy, they're so affordable, one of Stacy's new moon bundles. You can use it for the new moon and the full moon, but manifest on this day, especially, my God, if you are a Sagittarius or a Gemini, or if you have prominent Sagittarius or Gemini energy in your chart, rising, moon, Mercury, Venus, or Mars. You don't want to miss this. And I think we only have like five of this particular new moon bundles left. And I would get the Sagittarius one, and it's gorgeous. And she made a little oil that goes with it. And if you want to learn how to manifest on this day, watch our video. It's under the Talk Show Tuesday playlist on my Soul Navigation YouTube channel, and it's called Manifesting with the New and Full Moon. Just, you can search for that and watch how to manifest, and then go get that Sagittarius new moon bundle and manifest with it for this full moon. When you charge it up, you're going to put in to your writing, and I go into this in great detail with Stacy, what it is you want to attract. Now, there are going to be losses on this day, especially if you are a Sag, a Gemini, a Pisces, or a Virgo. You're going to feel something has to go away from your life in order for something new to be born. Now, you can help guide, you can help ask for, what is it that you want to lose? Do you want to lose weight? Do you want to lose a bad habit? Do you want to lose a relationship that doesn't serve you? Do you want to? So not all losses are bad. And I would like for you to steer the loss rather than just do nothing with the energy and see whatever sprinkles down on you, right? So this is a powerful, powerful, powerful day. And I really recommend that you work with the stone that Stacy chose, for the stone and the oil that Stacy created. This is the new moon bundles. Now this one is for Aquarius. Oh, it's so beautiful. And let me just show you. So we wrote on here. So for Sagittarius, she uses solidite, and it creates truth, intuition, balance, and calmness. And what Sagittarius and Gemini doesn't need that. And then she creates unbelievable essential oils, like with the highest grade essential oils. And all the stones are ethically sourced. This one is Aquarius. Oh my God, it is so beautiful. You can't really see the gorgeousness of it, but it actually has an opalescent, it looks like a shell. It's so beautiful, and it's even more beautiful in my hands in my office, not on the camera. But this is the Aquarius, and you use the oil with the stone, and we teach you how to do it. But I really recommend you can get your own moon sign. We've sold out of a lot of them, but just go check it out. We also have amethyst, and we have rose quartz crystals, so you can get those too. And we have plain crystal too. I mean, plain quartz crystal. And manifest on this lunar eclipse. This day is so, so, so huge. That's May 26th. Okay, May 29th, actually May 30th, through June 23rd, Mercury is going retrograde, and it's going retrograde at 24 degrees Gemini. So if you are a Gemini, you probably are going to struggle with this. If you're a Sag, you're probably going to also struggle with this one. And if you're a Virgo and a Pisces, you're probably going to struggle with this particular Mercury in retrograde. And this is going to be about breakdowns, communication breakdowns, especially technology breakdowns and car breakdowns, travel breakdowns. I want you to be really careful during this one. Try not to schedule any surgeries again, and try not to open up your new business at this time. And I don't want you to have any new beginnings. And I do not want you to go on a first date during this whole entire period of Mercury in retrograde between May 30th and June 23rd. No first dates. You can do third dates, fourth dates, fifth dates. You can date, just not first dates. No, 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 no. It won't work. I've never seen a relationship really, really work well when the very first day was happened, when the very first meeting happened, when Mercury was in retrograde. And do not open up a new business in Mercury in retrograde. Don't do it. It just won't launch. It won't take off. But if you already know the person, or if you already made, you can close on your house if you already made, if you already signed the contract outside of Mercury retrograde. Don't buy a new car at this time. Just wait until after the 23rd. Okay, so we talked about February 17th, June 14th, and December 24th with that Uranus square aspect. So it goes exact on June 14th again. And that's where we want to have that magical breakthrough, right? And you got to work hard for these breakthroughs, like breaking through the atmosphere. So that's on June 14th. Now on June 16th, let me put it here in my little chart. Whew, this day is very interesting because starting around June 16th, and it goes all the way until July 15th, but it is a hot poker day that you don't want to mess with on July 2nd. So you're going to feel it amp up, and then it crescendos, and then it ramps down. But that window, Mars is in this really tight T-square. So it is a tight square to both Taurus, Uranus in Taurus, and Saturn in Aquarius. And so this is a highly volatile day. This is a pressure cooker day when things just go pop. This is an explosive day. So if you are an early Leo, if you are born around July 20th, 21, 22, 23, your soul is in this pressure cooker. And if you are born with oh, no. Let me not say that. That's not totally true. Yeah, so if you were born around the 5th of August, sorry, so that was a wrong date. Now, that date wasn't wrong. You will feel this aspect, but if you are born around the 5th of August, or the 5th of February, or the 5th of May, or the 5th of November, this is a massively explosive day for you, and I want you to be ultra careful, ultra cautious. You might feel like you're attacked. You might be bullied. You might be like messed around with. We might see violence out in the world. We are going to see all year the voice of the people. The voice of the people is Uranus, and the voice of the people is not going to shut up. They're going to fight for something. So this is a fighting day. This is a fighting time period. So this whole time period, which is starting June 16th through July 15th, so that whole 30 days, but it pinnacles and it peaks around July 2nd. So this is a time where people want to fight, and people will probably pick fights with you if you are a fixed sign: Scorpio, Leo, Taurus, Aquarius. This is a tough day. You're also going to see feminism or female power really step into the limelight. Female power, or a female in power, is really going to be highlighted, showcased in the limelight, somehow pushed to the front or fought with. And this is a very radical and volatile time. And this is sort of a not so friendly time. So I would like to invite you, tell me if you have this aspect, leave me a comment. Tell me what you're going through at this time, because it helps people understand that they're not alone, and it helps people understand the power of astrology when you share your stories. So please share your stories with me. Let me know. This is a time where there's going to be a lot of strife and hardship, and maybe where people really want to take to the streets, protest, fight, or use their voices. So just remember that. It's a stick of dynamite on July 2nd. So on June 21st, so that Mars forms a T-square, right? It forms a square between June 16th and July 15th. And then there's that pinnacle, or that peak, on July 2nd. But I have to tell you something. June 10th, I did it at 3:52 a.m. in Pacific Standard Time. This is the new moon. And this is a really, really powerful new moon in Gemini. And Mars is at 29 degrees Cancer. So on June 10th, we are going to have a really, really big new beginning. And it might be a hard new beginning. It might be a new beginning that is ushered with that 29th degree in Mars. If you know me, I am an evolutionary astrologer. I believe in that crisis degree of 29. That's when the light goes out. So June 10th could be a really tough day. I want you to brace for it. Now, it is a new moon, so there is a new beginning. But I think that the energy of that day can feel thwarted. It can feel like there's a loss of hope. So that can be really painful. Now, August 19th, Uranus is going to go retrograde, and it's going to be at 14 degrees Taurus, And it stays retrograde all the way until January 18th. Can you believe that? A lot of people are born with Uranus in retrograde. And this is where it's harder for you to like restrain yourself. This is when you're going to have a lot of internal restlessness. And that's especially if you are a Taurus and a Scorpio and an Aquarius and a Leo. There's going to be an internal restlessness and high anxiety. And you will see in the world that there's like erratic behavior, like extra. There is massive change at this time. So that's around August 19th. And I want you to mark your calendars. On the 19th, that's when Uranus stations and goes backwards. And on the day that it stations, it's sort of like an earthquake day. And there could be massive earthquakes or floodings or monsoons or something. Oftentimes Uranus does, it's like lightning, it brings in really erratic weather patterns. Now, when Uranus gets deep into the retrograde, you know, it's okay and it's better. It's just on that time when it stations that it's really like a tropical rainstorm, hurricanes. It's just kind of crazy. And that's about 10 days before you're going to start to feel the amp up. And about 10 days after, then it starts to settle internally and it gets okay. But I wanted you to mark that on your calendar because I don't want you to do anything crazy. Don't be reckless. Don't be crazy on that day. September 27th through October 18th, Mercury goes into retrograde. Write that down. It's in Libra. Now, Libra is very smart. It's very intellectual. It's about fairness and bringing balance and harmony. So you're going to see that that's really wonky. A legal action might go wrong. You might have a lawsuit. You might need to pay your taxes. You might have a lien put on you. You might have a bill that goes into collections that you didn't know you were going to have. You might have an unfair parking ticket, speeding ticket. So Mercury in retrograde in Libra, there's usually something unfair, something that is not right. And it can oftentimes be with paperwork or legalities. So be careful. No new beginnings. November 19th, and that is a massive lunar eclipse again. And so with this eclipse, we've got the sun at 27 degrees Scorpio, and we have the moon at 28 degrees Taurus. So I recommend for this one that you guys buy the new moon bundle for Taurus. And let me see if I have it here for you to show you. But this new moon in Taurus, I really want you to work with these, especially when they're eclipses. You want to manifest and you want to really experience protection. Here's the Scorpio one, and it's just beautiful. But let me show you. Here is actually the Taurus one. So you can buy this new moon bundle. Hopefully we have some. I don't know if we do, but because we've sold out of a lot of them. But this Taurus is, let's see what we created. Oh, fluorite. And it's going to create inner peace and grounding energy and also harmonizing energy. So when you have these eclipses, they are massive, massive full moons, massive losses. And here's the oil for our Taurus. And then this is our rough cut fluorite. And I really love fluorite. It is so wonderful to just hold. It feels so solid and good and grounding. So you can actually take your dreams and your hopes and your wishes and put them into solid form with your fluorite. And you're going to use your essential oil and put it in the dish, put it in the dish of water. And then your stone smells so good too. I want to smell this. Oh my God, it's heavenly. It's just heavenly. And you can even put a little drop on your own self and it just elevates the senses. It's absolutely incredible. Smells kind of lemony. I don't know what Stacy's magic formula is, but you can buy these on soulnavigation.com and you can start your manifestation. Now that's going to be for November 19th, but we'll probably be totally sold out of these by then. So go grab it now because this is eclipse season by the time we get to November. So November 19th, you're going to want to work with the Taurus energy. Helping you ground. And here are all my samples. Aren't they fun? And if you don't want to work with the new moon bundles, you can also work with our Aura Quartz crystals. This is the True Love Aura Quartz crystal. Isn't that gorgeous? So we have a few of these left too. We have the ruby red one and we have the purple angelic one, and you can work with your crystals. You can charge these up in the sunlight and put your intention in them and then wear them all the time. Where the stones I put next to my bed and I hold on to it while I do my meditation and my prayer when I go to bed, when I fall asleep, and when I wake up. And then my intention jewelry on soulnavigation.com. You can buy your quartz crystals there, the Aura quartz crystals. And I think we've sold out of the prosperity and the miracle one, but we do have the joy, the happiness, tranquility, the guardian angel that creates divine communication, and the true love ones. So go get your Aura quartz crystal necklace too. And it will help you manifest positivity and radiance and breakthroughs. Okay, let's keep going. We're almost done. December 4th. That's the next solar eclipse at 12 degrees Sagittarius. Let me just see. So on December 4th, this is a day of massive change. And these are sort of the pitfall days. These are the hard days. These are all the challenging days. I'll do a video of the very best days, but these days can be really tough. Now, this is a new moon in Sag, and I actually do like this day, but this is when you would work with the Sagittarius new moon bundle again. So that works for this one too. And you can use that on the full moon and the new moon. You can use it for any moon, but it's really potent when the moon is full in Sagittarius and when the moon is new in Sagittarius. And on this day, we've got the moon and Mercury. So your head and your heart can really be in alignment. This is a powerful day because we've got the South Node, the Sun, the Moon, and Mercury all in Sag. We are creating a whole new belief system in society by December. By December 4th, you're going to see that there's a whole new value system, philosophical system in society. And you might really get an optimistic boost on this day where you can really manifest something great for yourself. And then as we get ready to step into 2022, I do think 2022 is a little bit easier. 2021 is a radical shift in energy where it's our very first step into the age of Aquarius and all these radical changes. And the first steps are sometimes the hardest steps, right? Like if you quit smoking, day one is significantly harder than the 9 months. Whatever that is. December 19th, Venus is going to go retrograde, and it's going to stay retrograde until January 29th. So your money, your self-esteem, and your beauty may take a hit. Love may take a hit. You might lose a relationship. A relationship might need distancing. You might have to reorganize your thought process around what is beautiful. The meaning or the concept of beauty might shift or alter for you. Your relationship to money, your relationship to love might have a shift or take a break or feel like it is a little bit dissolved, or you might feel disappointed, or there might be dissolution around your self-esteem, your beauty, and your money and your love. And so this could be kind of hard. I do have a Venus in retrograde. I have a whole video on Venus in retrograde, and I really, really, really recommend that you go watch that video so you can learn what does Venus in retrograde mean. It's a pretty deep video. I think it's a good video. And this is going to be in Capricorn. So Venus in retrograde in Capricorn is like, it might take a little more work to earn your money. It might take a little more work to create beauty and peace and love and harmony. It might take a little bit more effort, or you might need to take a break or a rest. So I want to tell you that this is a year where universe is asking you to get unstuck. Universe is asking you to break free. Universe is asking you to bet on yourself. Universe is asking you to use your voice to help heal humanity. Universe is asking you to not back down, not stay in jail. And you are going to see that there will be new insights revealed to you. And most of all, the universe is asking you to be uniquely you. Stand in the power of your uniqueness. There's not another soul on the planet that is like you. So truly, truthfully embrace you. Take the risk on you. Of course, be practical, keep the pieces of life and the structure and the security in your life that serves you, but be willing to step beyond that. So you are also like Perseverance, the Martian land rover, right? So you can break through the atmosphere that keeps you stuck, and you can break out, but do it with love and with compassion. And also remember this as we move into the fifth dimension. You are a soul. You are a body of light. And that soul has this body, this body on loan to it. And this is the vehicle in which this soul experiences its earthbound life. Be nice to this. It's on loan to you. You right now, my friend, are on loan to me. and I am temporarily on loan to you. Let's cherish that, and let's help each other with our radical shifts and new insights and breakthroughs. Let's help each other with love, with equality for all. Let's don't have judgment in our hearts for those who are different than us, for those who want to change their gender, their sexuality, for those who have dark skin or light skin or different skin, for those who have physical differences or mental differences, for those who are, I guess, cruel, angry, and mean. Those are the people that need even more love, patience, and understanding. I hope so much that you benefited from this video. I hope you wrote the dates down. Please leave me a comment, ring the bell, subscribe, ring the bell, because I do live streams and I want you to be a part of those live streams, and you won't know that I'm doing them if you don't ring that little bell. And also come be a super supporter. Join my family, my soul navigation family, and you get so many perks. You can go watch the video on the main page of my soul navigation YouTube channel, and I talk all about everything that you get. It's only 25 cents a day, and my small company actually really appreciates your support, your love, and your generosity. From my home here in Seattle to yours, wherever you are at in the world, I'm sending you love and big, big, giant blessings. Take good care.